Okay, welcome. This is the first tutorial for our 3D modeling module, where we're going to be making some 3D things that hopefully we will be able to output on the 3D printer. Welcome to Google Sketchup. I am recording this using a QuickTime Player with the internal microphone and the mouse clicks selected. I don't know what that does, but you'll probably start hearing mouse clicks. But anyway, Task 1. Task 1 involves making some kind of a monument which features a flagpole and a flag relating to your chosen country. In this case, we are in Italy, so yes, we've chosen the Italian flag, a nice Italian flag we've got from Google Images. We've been using materials to decorate and make our monument, our stairs look more realistic, and as an extension task, we have been exploring how to import items that have been already made, 3D models from Google Warehouse. So that's it. This is tutorial 1. I'm hoping just to get the stairs done and the flagpole, and then we will do the extension task and put the flag onto the flagpole itself in tutorial 2. So let's get started. I'm going to open up SketchUp, which I'm in now. File, New. And here we go. We've got this is a default view. You might get a screen saying choose a template. In that case, choose one with the green grass, preferably one in meters. There is another one in feet and inches, but still select the one that's meters. We drag the man to the side. We do this by clicking on the hand, which the hand refers to pan. Panning means going backwards and forwards, up and down. Yeah, but we pan and put the man in the left-hand side. We also can see 3 axes. We've got the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis, which refers to the length, the width, and the height of our 3D model. So, enough of that. We're going to start drawing something, our 3D model. We're going to draw a square, first of all, on the ground. On the ground, the same place as where the man is stood. So, I'm going to select, at the moment mine is set on circle for my shapes. Excuse the dog in the background. We are in the back streets of Milan. Motorbikes and ambulances and various other things will be flying past, no doubt soon. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th tool along. And we click, and you can see we've got a variety of shapes we can use. I'm going to choose the rectangle for this. And drawing on the floor, near the man's feet, I am going to start and draw a rectangle. If I pull this down and you see a diagonal line, you also see that the word square appears. That's because now we've got everything parallel, everything perpendicular to each other. We have created a square. I unselect, and there we go. We have created what we call, well, basically our tarmacked base. This is the base of our 3D object. We're then going to choose the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tool along, which is called push-pull, and I click on that. I can now hover over the square I've just created. You'll see tiny dots appear, and I drag this up into the sky. And there we go, about twice the height of the man stood next to it, like so. Once we've drawn it and we're happy with that, I'm just going to click on the select tool. I click on the select tool to make sure nothing else happens. So I can still click on things, but I'm not going to start rotating it in weird positions or doing anything untoward. Anyway, next to the hand tool, which we used at the very beginning, we've got the orbit tool, which looks like 2 arrows sort of chasing each other around a pole. So I click on that, and I can drag this around into position. I want to be able to see the top of the cube or square, 3D square I've just drawn. So I'll pull that down so I can see the top, but I can't see all of it at the moment, so I'm going to choose the magnifying glass with the 3 arrows around it. Zoom extents. Click on that, and I should be able to see all of it. I'm going to pull that into the middle so you can see it a little bit clearer. And now I'm going to choose a 3rd tool along, which is the pencil tool. I want to draw a series of lines across the top, and these are going to represent the steps that I'm going to create for this man to climb up. So, clicking on the edge, I get a red dot. Coming down, it will start to draw a line. I want this to be parallel with the red axis, so it should sort of snap into position. Just try and keep these lines red. 1, 2. Try and get them evenly distributed, but it doesn't matter. It really does not matter if they are not evenly distributed, and you'll see why in a second. We'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines on, and then we will have 6 steps. So as you can see, mine are not evenly distributed at all, but no matter. We're going to click on the push-pull tool again, which we used previously, and we are going to drag these down to create steps. 1, like so. Let's drag that one down a little bit. Now the top step needs to be bigger than the rest, so as you can see, we've got quite a short step there, so I'm just going to bring these forward so they're all sort of matching, like so. Okay, I think the students are lining up for dinner, and I'm on duty shortly, so I'm not going to take too long, take too much more of your time up. So we evenly distribute these, like so. There is our staircase. Well done, guys, if you have got to this stage. Thank you, a fanfare to congratulate me. Now, we click on the circle tool, which we've got to use that little pull down arrow on the rectangle tool. And I'm going to start drawing my flagpole, like so. Draw a circle on top of that face, and then use a push-pull tool again to drag that up, and that is going to be the base of my flagpole. Now we might need to zoom in a bit here, but another fantastic feature, if we go to camera and we go to standard views, and this time I choose top view, we can use this with the command 1 key, but I'm going to stick to the menu so you can see what I'm doing. Camera, standard view, top, and it rotates it around so we can see the top. I'm just going to use the hand tool again so you can see that a bit better. And I'm going to draw a tiny little circle on top of this one, like so, sort of in the center, as near to the center as you can. It doesn't snap to centers with circles in SketchUp for some reason, but we won't worry about that. So we've got our little circle. I'm going to go back to ISO view, which stands for isometric, which we will talk about later. But I click on that, it goes back to our original 3D drawing position. Let's move that so we can see the top of the flagpole. And I'm just going to click on the push-pull tool again, hover over the little circle and pull that up as high as we want it to go. We can't see the base at the moment, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on Zoom Extents again, and as you can see, we've got quite a big flagpole. If you are not happy, if you've drawn a flagpole that's way too long or it's still a little bit too short, we can orbit around like so. We might need to zoom in a little bit, which is not the easiest thing to do on a MacBook, but not to worry. And then I can click on push-pull tool again, hover over that, and I can send it down or bring it back up. Click on the see everything again, and just orbit that around so we can get it into a better position. Again, click on that. And there we go. A nice tall, it's a very tall flagpole. Yes, he's got to really tilt his head to look up at that. So that is the first part, that is the first step in creating the flagpole design. Stage 2, the second video, will feature how to add materials, how to add the flag, and then the extension, how to use Google Warehouse. But for now, what you need to do is File, Save or Save As, and I'm going to save this as flagpole. And for me, I'm just going to call this stage 1 because it is the first part in this video tutorial. I click Save. Yes, I've already done that, so I'm just going to replace it. And there we go. That's the first part of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you shortly for stage 2.